we're going to move on to an ex-WWE wrestler who was also a AEW import and didn't sort of wasn't given the opportunity to live up to his expectations. And it is one Jake Hager, Jack Swagger, someone you may have shared a car ride or two with in the past. So perhaps not surprisingly, your former charge, Jake Hager, aka Jack Swagger, 42, and AEW have agreed to mutually split, with Jake having basically nothing to do in at least a year and a half. His AEW run will be remembered for being part of Chris Jericho's Inner Circle.
That's nothing.
Well, yeah, no, you won't really remember for much. And honestly, that is not Jake's fault. And the Jericho Appreciation Society, and for liking a purple bucket hat. So Jake's AEW run, I know you saw him on Rampage. I know you talked to him here and there still. How do you sum it up?
They did nothing with him. Why would you take a talent like Jake? Now, I actually texted him, I don't know, like 2 days ago, and said, and somebody was asking me about the Zeb Colter, the Jack Swagger alliance, and that was over because we were talking something that was current. People actually believed that I felt that way. And he was getting heat, and we weren't doing anything. We just had the heat because of our beliefs. And the crowd was split, like the country is split now. Half the fans liked us, half the fans wanted to kill us. Not kill us, but they didn't like us. But I was saying, when you take a guy like that and give him a patriotic gimmick, kinda, the world is going to hell, and we're letting it, and certain people don't need to be there, and people are going to disagree with you. But when that ended, and he could have went, if you had that same gimmick today in WWE, he'd be hotter than almost the hottest thing they got. Because you just got to ride that Trump train right now, and you get a ton of heat, or you get a ton of applause, because it's a weird thing that's happening in America right now. They convict an ex-president, never happened before. Will he go to jail? I don't think so.
Nah, I don't think so. I think if he loses the appeal, he'll just get fined. Community service. Imagine Donald Trump picking up rubbish on the highway.
Well, he'd appeal that right away. I don't blame him. So, but I've been listening to, I think they may have elected him just for this going on, because he has now he has a lot of people who didn't vote in the last election. And a lot of people are saying, I'm going to vote this time. They're voting to register their unhappiness with the current state of affairs in the United States. So if it takes voting for Trump, they'll do it. Am I saying I'm voting for him? Doesn't matter what I do. It's what the majority of American citizens do that's going to elect the president. But to take a guy like Jack, and an accomplished amateur wrestler, and put him with Jericho, I mean Jericho was over, but he never did anything with Jericho.
He was like the muscle. He was like the silent muscle. That was about it.
But he never really beat anybody up. It never was. He had other people in it, and he was just covered up. So,
but we need Jake back on. We need Jake back on the show, to
talk about this.
The secrets of AEW.
Hey, he may have signed an NDA.
What do you think? Tony Khan touched him where he wheezed from?
Well, no. NDA, you can't go and tell like anything that happened here or in AEW.
Nah.
You don't think
so?
If
he would, though, but it'd be interesting. Right, so he's 42 now, and 42 is the new 22 at this stage. Just 40s is nothing now in wrestling, whereas in 20 years ago, you were washed up by 35.
Oh, yeah.
What's the best thing for Jack to do? I mean, Jake, I know you call him Jack, and I sort of flitter between the two, I guess. What's the best thing for him to do? Do you think he goes back to WWE? Do you think he get lost in the shuffle? Do you think it's better for him to go to another company? I mean,
I
as a
think
joke, you told him to retire and get another job on this very podcast. That was as a joke, though.
no, I think the WWE creative, I don't think it's lost on them how it was over. And with the current political environment going on in the United States now, I think they would like to maybe resurrect that character. If they look at me, I can't do it, but they could find somebody else and it would be the same thing.
I've got an idea.
Yep.
You like an idea. You like a booking idea, right? So you know, like a big
Give it
show.
to me. Yep.
You know, like Roman Reigns will come out to the ring, right? But like during his entrance, as he's walking down the ramp, there'll be a big 3D logo or something that'd be superimposed, right?
Yeah.
And same for Becky Lynch and same for other people. Jack Swagger comes out with a big 3D superimposed head of you, and you are like the games master. You are the what would you call it in 2024? You won't call it.
Does the head speak?
Yes, and you just go, "We the people," and then it will welcome everybody in. I think that'd be a fine idea. Yeah, you are the all powerful, all knowing, floating giant space head of Jack Swagger.
Somebody wrote me, why didn't We the People go further? And I wrote back. I said, well, basically, they lost track of what they were trying to do, and I think they got afraid of it. That's what I think. They said, I don't know, we might we're taking this too far, and this, that, and the other, and I don't know. We could have took it a lot. They still had gas in the tank, a lot of gas. So, but it was one of the gimmicks that I did that I really enjoyed doing, and I got up in front of MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, I guess it was, at WrestleMania 29, I think, and talked in front of 82,000 people, which was highlight of my career. And they sit and listened. And Donald Trump was there, unbeknownst to me, till after it was over. And then he came up to me and said, I loved your interview. Loved it.
Tremendous.
Said everything twice. And then he walked away, and people look at me like, what the hell? He just come up to you? And that's when I said, I give Donald Trump his gimmick for the presidential run. So I don't know if I give it to him.
If only you could grow the mustache, I tell you.
Wait a minute. But I think that We the People still has gas in the tank now, and more now than what they had before. So if anybody from WWE Creative is tuning in, Jake Hager, Jack Swagger is available. So you might need to pick him up.